Now, one of the most sorted discussion in the stock market is about Tata Group or even Tata Technologies IPO. And yes, right now, majority of the companies in Tata Group are doing well, have been exhibiting some good strength, and Tata Technologies IPO, which is going to launch from November 22nd, right? The parent company, which is Tata Motors, is also doing well. And this IPO, the timing also has been decent. Normally, whenever any IPO is launching, it will come during the bull run of the market, or it will come when the market is advancing, or when the market is overall positive. So what we will do today, we will discuss about the prospectiveness of Tata Technologies IPO, what are the peer companies, and even in the entire Tata group itself, we have like TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, right? We have Tata Elxsi, almost in the similar segment of Tata Technologies, right? So we will see, compared to the valuation of these companies, is Tata Technologies coming at a decent valuation or not? We will look at it. And yes, the most important part for any investor or any trader is, sir, what if I am not getting the allotment in the IPO? So yes, whoever have been watching this session, right, you will not be worried whether you got the allotment or not, because we will also discuss about the post-listing IPO strategy, wherein if you are not getting the allotment, if the stock is getting stronger, after listing we will enter. And in case, because of any reason, if the IPO is not doing well, we will have our exit criteria also before in advance. As I always say in our discussions, before entering into any company, you should have your exit criteria in place, right? So we will also discuss about that. Okay. So now let me quickly share my screen, and let's start with the discussion, right? Let's start with the discussion. So yes, Tata Technologies, if you look at the brief introduction part of it, right? In the brief introduction part of it, this company is a global engineering services company, and they mostly are involved in the strategic engineering partner, right? Which mostly related to the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. So what they do is they provide product developments and even digital solutions to international OEM, right? Original equipment manufacturers, specifically into the automobile segment. And yes, their parent company, right, which is Tata Motors, the majority of the operations, or this company has been a backbone. And yes, if you look at Tata Elxsi or even Tata Consultancy Services, right, the main reason this entire group, if you see many of the corporates or many of the global giants also, they be as a conglomerate or they be as a single entity. But here, majority of the companies in India, we are looking at having a different vertical so that every company has its own market capitalization. And yes, on a longer term, this is always good for the group to flourish. If you look at the overall Tata group as such, that the individual companies after its split has been doing wonderfully well. And now why this has become more into the limelight is Tata as a group or as an entity has a lot of goodwill, right? Has a lot of goodwill. And now this is coming after 18 years, right? This IPO is coming after 18 years. And the last IPO, which was there in the secondary market, was Tata Consultancy Services way back in 2014. And that has given almost 20% returns per annum since listing. So this was a very decent return. Now time will say whether this company, the present IPO, will be able to give a similar kind of a returns, considering that an able management which is leading the entire group, it is possible, right? It is possible. Okay. And whoever have been investing into the primary market or secondary market investments, Tata, as you see, has been a wonderful player throughout the entire investment arena, right? And yes, read this as 2004, right? Yeah, there is a typo error. This is 2004. So the last IPO TCS was in 2004, which was around 20%, and even the PE, price to earning, also has been decent for the company, right? Decent for the company. Now, one factor we need to look at it. If you see all the group companies of Tata, which is Tata Consultancy Services, Tata Motors, or even your Tata Elxsi, many companies are there. And the present company Tata Technologies, if you look at the peer groups, what are the peer group companies? We have your KPIT Technologies, peer group company, LTTS, L&T Technology Services. You have your Tata Elxsi, right? All of these companies you have. Now let us look at, right? Let us look at the valuation part of it, right? Let us look at the valuation part of it. Now coming to Tata Technologies, the price to earnings at which it is coming is around 28 times, right? The PE is around 28 times. Whereas if you look at the peer companies, if you see the overall industry mean is around 67 times, right? So considering the overall industry, Tata Technology, yes, it is coming at a decent price to earnings. If you look at LTTS, your L&T Technology Services Limited, it's almost at 37.7 times. If you look at KPIT Technologies, it's almost at 91 times, right? It's almost at 91 times. Even Tata Elxsi, right? Even Tata Elxsi, if you look at it, it's almost at 65.7 times. So if you compare between Tata Elxsi or even Tata Technologies also, Tata Technologies, which is available now at 27 to 28 times IPO, this is looking more favorable than Tata Elxsi, right? So on the valuation front, yes, on the valuation front, the PE availability is favorable for Tata Technologies. So yes, there is an opportunity for the investors over a longer period of time, right? Over a longer period of time. And if you look at the financials of the company, right? If you look at the financials of the company, this is not a small startup company, right? This is not a small startup company, because as you see, the kind of revenues with which it has closed in March 2023 is almost at 4,500 crores, right? This is a decent revenue, and it is already an established player. It's not a startup company where it is testing its times. No, it's already an established company, and there is a lot of room for the company to flourish going forward. And you see the kind of assets building, assets growth, or even the kind of revenue growth year on year, even in the last 3 years, right? From 2020, 21, 22, or even 23, it has been decent, right? The profit after tax, yes, it's a decent growth. Even the earnings per share, right? Earnings per share has been a decent run compared to the last 3 years, right? Compared to the last 3 years. And if you look at the overall IPO related details, we have this IPO to the tune of 3,043 crores, and the entire IPO is an OFS, offer for sale. So what do you mean by offer for sale? Any IPO which is coming as an offer for sale, which means the existing shareholders are liquidating their exposure to an extent, and it's coming to the new shareholders, right? And the overall price band, it's at around 475 to 500 rupees. And as this IPO being a decent IPO, and valuation wise okay, financial strength is okay, there is a lot of demand being from the group, so most probably it will be allotted at the cutoff price, which is 500 rupees, even though the price band is between 475 to 500, it will be allotted at the price band of at a price of 500, and it is opening from November 22 to November 24th. And whoever are applying, ensure you apply only one lot in retail category, right? In retail category. The reason being, when an IPO is oversubscribed, and if you are investing more than one lot, even if you get the allotment, you will be getting only one lot of shares. And one lot is approximately equal to 15,000 rupees. So 15,000 divided by 500 will be in one lot. 15,000 rupees divided by the cutoff price 500 will be the number of shares in one lot. Now, overall IPO, you see, financials, we have checked the financial strength is decent. The kind of a niche with which it is coming is decent. There is a lot of room to grow. Valuation wise, yes, it's at a decent valuation. Even if you look at the group company, even TCS, if you see, TCS is also at 28 to 29 levels. From that PE, chances are very low that it can further go down, right? Even compared to Tata Elxsi versus Tata Technologies, Tata Technologies is placed at a decent PE. Even Tata Technologies with its peer companies, be it like LTTS, KPIT, Tata Elxsi, it's at a decent valuation. And overall sentiment of the market is good. And Tata as a group, the brand name is decent. Now, yes, one part of the segment, maybe it looks promising. Based on these thought points or the viewpoints, you can consider whether investing or not. Apart from this, sir, by any chance, if the allotment is missing, or if I'm not able to get it during the IPO, what to be done? Yes, we will discuss about a process called as post-IPO listing, right? So let me share my screen. Any company which you are applying, and because of any reason, if you did not get the allotment, so what you will do, let's take one previous example, right? Let's take one previous example. I'll be taking a company like Hariom Pipes, right? Hariom Pipe. Now, let us say this is a IPO which you thought of applying, but because of some reason, you did not get the allotment, right? You consider yourself, sir, I was not lucky, right? I was not lucky. So it's fine. What you can do on the listing day, right? On the listing day, you have to mark your support and resistance. So this red line is your support, right? So let us draw the support and resistance line. What you do, you go to the trend lines, you draw the horizontal line. This is your support. We'll just mention it in red. Okay, we'll just change the color. So on the IPO date, whatever is the low, right? The day low will be your support. And whatever is the day high on the listing day will be your resistance, right? I'll again go to the trend lines. I'll draw the horizontal line and I'll change this color to, yeah, let me keep it here. Yes, I'll change the color to, let's say, blue. Okay. So what did I do? On the listing day, I've selected the day high and the day low. Okay. I've just drawn my horizontal line. So the process is post listing of any IPO. On the succeeding day, if the stock price is going above the listing day high, that is an indication for you that you can enter into the IPO. And now the question would be, sir, why only the listing day? Understand, any IPO on the listing day will have a very good price action and the volume will be very decent, right? The volume will be very decent. So when you got a very good combination of a strong price and strong volume action, that's a good indication for you to track. So yes, if you see this company, Hariom Pipes, what did it do? On the listing day, we had 231 as the listing day high and 216 as the listing day low. After the IPO listing, the stock went below the listing day low. So during this entire tenure, you need not add into the stock, or even when the stock price goes below the listing day low, it's as advisable to exit. You should have exited here. Again, on 12th August 2022, the stock has moved above the listing day high, which is above 231. So this is a entry for you, and from here on, you can keep adding. So just to summarize, if a stock is moving above the listing day high and above it is going, it's a good entry for you to be there. And because of any reason it's going below the listing day low, you should reduce or exit your position. Now, this company, Tata Technologies, right? Considering all the factors, and we do not know how market reacts, right? Only time will say. Because of any reason, even if it is being failed after listing, we should have our exit process. For example, one of the company which everyone will remember is LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, way back in 2022, right? If you just look at LIC, right? Life Insurance Corporation of India, the same process, the same strategy, let us apply now, right? So what did we do now? 17th May 2022 is the listing day. We have drawn our listing day low at 859, which is the support, your red line, and the listing day high, which is 921, your resistance, your green line. And what did we discuss? If the stock price is moving below the listing day low, we have to reduce our position. So yes, from 19th May or even 20th May, 21st May 2022, the stock price after listing has been declining below the listing day low. So this is an exit criteria. We have to move out, right? We have to move out. So yes, any company, if it is following this process of falling below the listing day low, we exit out of it, and re-entry will only happen above the listing day high if the stock moves. And this is something you can follow for any IPOs post listing. And now, as we are discussing on Tata Technologies, you can follow this after listing. So yes, as an IPO, it feels okay to apply for this IPO, considering the overall factors associated with it. And also, you also check whether it is falling in your investment rationale or not. And even you're applying and you did not get the allotment, it's fine. We have the listing day process. And based on that, even after listing, if we get an opportunity, we can again enter, right? We can again enter. Okay. So let me know below whether you are applying or not, and compare it to the peer group companies. This company, is it looking attractive or not? Let me know below.